Hello everyone. In the previous video we have discussed about the modern periodic table. We have studied its merits and demerits in detail. I hope you might have understood all that. In this video we are going to discuss about the periodic trends in the properties of elements. So we need to know in detail what is the meaning of periodic trend. Periodic trend, it means when the properties of elements in a period or a group of the modern periodic table are compared, certain regularities observed in their variations. Properties of the elements vary while moving in a period or group, but certain regularities observed in their variations. This is called as the periodic trend. In this standard, we are going to consider the periodic trends only in three properties of elements. First is valency, second is atomic size, third is metallic and non-metallic character of the element. So let us see about the valency. Before studying the trend in the valency in the period or group, we must know about the valency in detail. Valency is the combining capacity of an element. The combining capacity is nothing but the number of electrons gained or lost to complete the octet state. Octet state means there must be 8 electrons in the outermost shell. In the outermost shell. Outermost shell is called as the valence shell. Outermost shell is called as the valence shell. And the electrons in the valence shell are called as the valence electrons. So valence electrons or valence shell is very important to decide the valency. So valence electron decides the valency. For example, we will take the example of sodium. Sodium, atomic number of the sodium is 11. Its electronic configuration is 281. Valence electron is only 1. So for sodium, it becomes very easy to lose 1 electron to complete the octet state, because the second last shell is having only 8 electrons. So when it loses 1 electron, it is with the octet now. It becomes stable. So sodium tends to lose 1 electron. So its valency is 1. Valency of the sodium is 1. So the combining capacity of sodium is 1. It means sodium loses 1 electron and hence it combines with the other elements. Next example we will take of the chlorine. Atomic number is 17. Electronic configuration is 287. See, in this case valence electrons are 7. For this chlorine to complete the octet state, for it becomes easy to gain 1 electron. It is difficult to lose 7 electron. It is easy to gain 1 electron. So it prefers to gain 1 electron. And when it gains 1 electron, its octet gets completed. So chlorine converts into chloride ion and its electronic configuration becomes 288. Here octet is complete and it has become stable. So the combining capacity of the chlorine is 1. So the valency is 1. Chlorine valency is 1. Chlorine combines with the atoms of the other element by gaining 1 electron from them. So the combining capacity of the chlorine is 1. Let us see again example. Magnesium. Atomic number 12. Electronic configuration is 282. There are only 2 valence electrons. So for magnesium, it is easy to lose its 2 electron. So the valency is 2. Valency of the magnesium is 2. Magnesium combines with the atoms of other elements by losing its 2 electrons. Hence, its inner shell has 8 electrons, so it becomes stable. Another example is aluminium, atomic number 13, 283. Only 3 electrons are there in the valence shell. So valence electrons are 3. So for this it is easy to lose 3 electrons than to gain 5 electrons. So its valency is 3. Valency is 3. Another example is carbon 6. Electronic configuration 2, 4. For this there are 4 electrons. So carbon completes its octet by sharing its 4 electron with the atoms of the another element. So its valency is 4. Valency is 4. Another element is nitrogen. 7 atomic number. Electronic configuration is 2, 5. There are 5 valence electrons. So for this nitrogen, it's difficult to lose 5 electrons. It's easy to gain 3 electrons. It gains 3 electrons and becomes stable. Nitrogen gains 3 electrons. So its valency is 3. Here the number of valence electrons decides the valency. So its valency is 3 instead of 5. Then another element is oxygen 8. Atomic number 8. So the electronic configuration is 2, 6. There are 6 valence electrons. So for this oxygen it is easy to gain 2 electrons. So its valency is 2. Oxygen valency is 2. Fluorine 9. Its electronic configuration is 2, 7. 7 valence electrons are there. For this fluorine, it's easy to gain 1 electron to complete its octet and to become stable. So its valency is 1. Valency of the fluorine is 1. Neon. Atomic number 10. Its electronic configuration is 2, 8. As its outermost shell has 8 electrons, its octet state is already complete, so it has no tendency to lose or gain electrons. So its valency is 0. Likewise, the valency is the combining capacity of an element, and that is nothing but the electrons gained or lost to complete the octet state. Valency is determined by the number of electrons in the outermost shell, which is called as the valence shell. And the electrons are called as the valence electron. So valence electron decides the valency. So here, in moving towards right hand side within a period, atomic number increases by 1 at a time. So the number of electron increases by 1 because atomic number is nothing but the total number of electrons in that atom or total number of protons in that atom. So as the atomic number increases by 1 at a time, the number of electrons also increases by 1 at a time. But these electrons add in the same shell. These electrons add in the same shell. See the second period elements. This is the lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. Second period elements we have taken. Here K shell is completed with the electrons. K shell is fulfilled with the electrons. K shell has got 2 electrons, each K shell. See in this. In every element, K shell has with the 2 electrons. Which shell start to fill up in the lithium is the second shell, that is the L shell. Here L shell has 1 electron, here 2 electrons. Here gradually number of electrons are increasing in the second shell. So electrons adds in the same shell in a period. Electrons adds in the same shell in a period. As the atomic number increases by 1, number of electrons also increases by 1, but the added electron gets into the same shell. In the second period, valency increases from 1 to 4 and then decreases from 4 to 0. See, the number of valence electron decides the valency. These are the valence electron. These decides the valency. As the number of valence electron 1, 2, 3, 4. So the valency will be 1, 2, 3, 4. But beyond 4, as the number of valence electrons are more, these elements tends to gain electron instead of losing electron to complete the octet state. So these gains electron. So the number of electrons gained is equal to the valency. So here valence of these elements is 3, 2, 1 and 0. So in the second period valency increases from 1 to 4 and then decreases from 4 to 0. Here 1 to 4, then 4 to 0, that is 3, 2, 1, 0. So there is no regularity observed in the valency in a period. There is no regularity observed in the valency. See in the groups. Let us see in the groups. I have taken the first group elements. These are the first group elements. While moving down the group, a new shell adds at a time. But the number of valence electrons in the elements of a group are same. So the valency of the elements in a group is same. See in this case, hydrogen. Only first shell has got the electron, that is 1 electron is there. Lithium, 2 shells are there. Sodium, 3 shells are there. Potassium, 4 shells. Rubidium, 5. Cesium, 6. And francium, 7 shells are there. Here, 1 shell is getting added while moving down the group. 1 new shell adds. But the number of valence electrons are same. Valence electrons are the electrons in the last shell, are called as the valence shell. So last shell 1 electron. Here last shell has got 1 electron. Last shell has got 1 electron. See, all the elements have 1 electron in the last shell. And for these elements, as the number of electrons in the last shell are less, so they tends to lose these electrons. So they lose 1 electron. So their valency is 1. So valency of the elements in a group is same. It is not changing. So valency of the elements in a group is same. Now let us see about the atomic size. The second property is atomic size. The size of an atom is indicated by its radius. The size of an atom is indicated by its radius. Atomic radius is the distance between the nucleus of the atom and its outermost shell. See here, suppose this is the nucleus, positively charged nucleus, and these are the shells. So last electron is there in this shell. The distance between the nucleus, center of the nucleus, and the outermost shell, this distance is called as the atomic radius. This is the atomic radius. Atomic radius is expressed in the unit picometer. and it is smaller than nanometer. Picometer is smaller than nanometer. 1 picometer is equal to 10 raised to minus 12 meter. So this much small it is. Let us see about the trend in a period and in the group. In moving from left to right within a period, as we have studied just now, the atomic number increases by 1 at a time. So the positive charge increases by 1 at a time because atomic number is nothing but the number of protons in that atom. So as the atomic number is increasing by 1, positive charge also increases by 1 at a time. However, the electron increases by 1 at a time. Electron also increases because atomic number is equal to the number of protons or number of protons or number of electrons. So, as the atomic number increases by 1, number of protons also increases by 1, number of electrons also increases by 1. But due to increase in nuclear charge, the attraction of the nucleus over the last electron increases. The last electron gets pulled up towards the nucleus to a greater extent. Thereby, the atomic size decreases on moving towards right hand side within a period. See, these are the second period elements. And here atomic number is increasing by 1. So, the number of electrons also increases by 1. And number of protons also increases by 1. And protons are positively charged. So, here 3 positive charges are there. In the beryllium, 4 positive charges are there on the nucleus. Boron, 5 positive charges. Carbon, 6 positive charges. Nitrogen, 7 positive charges. Oxygen, 8 positive charges. Fluorine, 9 positive charges. Neon, 10 positive charges. See here, as the atomic number is increasing by 1, the positive charge is also increasing by 1. At the same time, the number of electrons also increasing by 1 only. And the added electron adds into the same shell, that is second shell. See here, second shell 1 electron is increasing here while moving towards right hand side. But the distance of the nucleus and the last electron is same because only second shell is getting filled successively here. Second shell is getting filled. But in the lithium, on the nucleus of the lithium, only 3 positive charges are there. And on the nucleus of the fluorine, 9 positive charges are there. Distance of the nucleus to the last electron is the same. This distance is same. But the number of positive charges, 3 positive charges and 9 positive charges. Obviously, 9 positive charges has got the more attraction over the last electron. 9 positive charges nucleus has got the more attraction over the last electron. So, last electron gets pulled up towards the nucleus. And the atomic size shrinks. So, the atomic radius decreases, means atomic size decreases here. As the shell shrinks here. So, the atomic radius decreases, means atomic size decreases. Means as the nuclear charges are increasing towards right hand side, atomic size decreases due to decrease in the atomic radius. So, see, in the second period or in any period, moving towards right hand side of the periodic table in a period, nuclear charge increases atomic radius decreases and hence atomic size decreases. So lithium, which is extremely on the left hand side, is the larger in size and gradually size is decreasing towards right. So this is the trend in a period. Within a group, descending the group, while moving down the group, a new shell adds every time. So the number of shells increases down the group. As the number of shells increases, the distance of the nucleus to the outermost shell is increasing one by one. The distance of the nucleus and the last electron is increasing as a new shell adds every time. Thereby, the increase in the atomic size is observed. So while moving down the group, despite the increase in the nuclear charge is also increasing down the group. It has one positive charge on the nucleus. This has 55 positive charges on the nucleus. Despite the increase in the nuclear charge, atomic size increases due to increase in the number of shells. So within a group, atomic size increases. Down the group, moving down the group, atomic size increases. Now let us see about the third property, metallic and non-metallic character. Metal atoms tend to lose electron, so they are called as the electropositive. When they lose electron, they form the cation. Let us see one example. Sodium. Just now we have studied. Sodium atomic number is 11. Its electronic configuration is 281. So it loses one electron. So it acquires one positive charge. The number of positive charges acquired are equal to the number of electron lost. If it loses one electron, it acquires one positive charge. If it loses two electrons, it acquires two positive charges. And positively charged ion is called as the cation. It is called as the cation. So, metal atoms tends to lose electrons and forms the cations. So, as they lose this electron, they are called as the electropositive. This property is called as the electropositivity. So, they are electropositive. So, metals are electropositive, means they loses electron. In the contrary to the metal, non-metals tends to gain electron or accept electrons and forms negatively charged ion called anion. For example, chlorine atomic number is 17. Its electronic configuration is 287. As there are 7 valence electron, it gains 1 electron from outside from the other elements and completes its octet state. So, it becomes chloride ion. It becomes chloride ion. As it gains 1 electron, it acquires 1 negative charge. So, this is called as the chloride ion. This is the anion. This ion is called as the anion. So, chloride ion it becomes. So, non-metals tends to gain or accept electrons and forms negatively charged ion, which is called as the anion. This property is called as the electronegativity. So, non-metals are electronegative. Metals are electropositive, non-metals are electronegative. Now, before studying the trend, we must study about the nuclear charge. Effective nuclear charge. What does it mean actually? Effective nuclear charge is the total positive charges experienced by the valence electrons. The valence electrons experiences the nuclear charges. That positive charges experienced by the valence electrons is called as the effective nuclear charge. Let us see the explanation in detail. All the electrons in any atom are held by the attractive force exerted on them by the positively charged nucleus. We know that nucleus is positively charged and electrons are negatively charged. So, there exists a attraction between this. All the electrons are attracted to the nucleus. Electrons in the inner shells lie between the valence shell and the nucleus. Suppose, in case of the sodium, there are three shells: K shell, L shell, M shell. So, sodium, this is the nucleus, this is the first shell, second shell and third shell. Last shell, which is the third shell is the last shell here. This third shell and the nucleus, third shell and the nucleus, in between this first and the second shell electrons are there. So these electrons, due to presence of the inner electrons, the valence electrons experiences less nuclear charges. Because of the presence of the inner electrons, nuclear charge exerting an attractive force on the valence electrons, means the last electrons, is somewhat less than the actual nuclear charge on the nucleus. The last electrons experiences less nuclear charges. This nuclear charge cannot reach completely to the last electrons because of this inner electrons, So last electrons experiences less nuclear charges. If suppose nucleus has got the 11 positive charges, this last electron will not experience 11 positive charges due to this inner electrons. It experiences less positive charges. Suppose it experiences 9 positive, 8 positive. So these total number of the positive charges experienced by the valence electrons, that are the last electrons, is called as the effective nuclear charge. Effective nuclear charge, sometimes it is less than the actual nuclear charge. That is called as the effective nuclear charge. So, within a period, metallic and non-metallic character trend we are going to study. As we move to the right side within a period, in a period, the nuclear charge increases. We know that atomic number is increasing by 1 in a period. So, the nuclear charges also increases by 1. Atomic radius decreases. Thereby the effective nuclear charge increases. As the nuclear charge increases, the effective nuclear charge increases. Therefore, the valence electrons are held with the greater and greater attractive force. The last electrons are tightly holded to the nucleus due to the increase in the effective nuclear charge. Due to this, the ability of an atom to become anion by accepting outside electrons goes on increasing. It means the tendency of the atom to attract outside electrons increases due to increase in the effective nuclear charge. And this tendency to accept the outside electrons is called as the electronegativity. That is why electronegativity increases towards right hand side within a period due to increase in the effective nuclear charge. And this electronegativity is called as the non-metallic character, as non-metals are electronegative. So electronegativity is increasing to the right side within a period. Non-metallic character increases within a period towards the right hand side. So as the non-metallic character is increasing towards right, metallic character obviously will decrease. Let us see within a group. While going down in a group, a new shell adds, resulting in the increase in the distance between the nucleus and the valence electron, that are the last electrons. So the atomic size is increasing while moving down the group due to increase in the shells. This results in lowering or decrease in the effective nuclear charge, thereby lowering the attractive force on the valence electrons. Valence electrons are less holded to the nucleus because of the increase in the atomic size due to increase in the number of shells. So as the atomic size increases down the group, the effective nuclear charge decreases. And as the effective nuclear charge decreases, the last electron, that are the valence electrons, are loosely held. These are loosely held. They are not tightly holded to the nucleus. As the last electrons are not tightly holded to the nucleus due to the decrease in the effective nuclear charge, that atom can lose that last electrons. So, as a result of this, the tendency of the atom to lose electron increases. Last electrons are loosely held to the nucleus. They are not tightly held to the nucleus. So the tendency of the atom to lose that electrons, outermost electrons, increases down the group due to the increase in the size. As well as the penultimate shell becomes the outermost shell on losing valence electrons. When it loses the valence electron, penultimate shell will be with the complete octet. And due to this complete octet, they acquire extra stability. They acquire special stability. And hence, due to this, the tendency of the atom to lose electron again increases down the group. It increases further due to the extra stability obtained by the atoms after losing electrons because of the complete octet. So, the metallic character, this tendency of the atom to lose electron is called as the electropositivity, and the metals are electropositive. So, the metallic character tendency to lose electron is increasing down the group. So, the metallic character increases down the group. While moving down the group, metallic character, that is tendency to lose electron, increases. So the metallic character increases down the group. It means non-metallic character decreases while moving down the group. Reverse of this. See in this figure, towards right hand side in a period, atomic radius decreases. So electronegativity increases, hence metallic character increases. As the electronegativity increases, electropositivity decreases. And electropositivity is the metallic character. So metallic character also decreases. So towards right, non-metallic character increases and metallic character decreases. Down the group, atomic radius increases and electronegativity decreases. So the non-metallic character decreases. But the electropositivity increases, so metallic character increases. So down the group, metallic character increases, and non-metallic character decreases. So metallic character increases down the group. Here the elements which are shown by this color are metals, and these are non-metals, and the elements which are there on this zigzag line are metalloids. So in this way we have discussed about the periodic traits in the properties, that is valency, atomic size, metallic and non-metallic character. There is no regularity observed in the valency in a period. In a group, the valency of the elements is same. The valency of the elements in a group is same. Second property is atomic radius. Within a period, atomic radius decreases due to increase in the nuclear charge. Down the group, atomic radius increases due to increase in the number of shells. Third property is metallic and non-metallic character. So in a period, metallic character decreases and non-metallic character increases due to decrease in the atomic radius. Down the group, metallic character increases and non-metallic character decreases due to increase in the atomic size. So in this way we have studied traits in the three properties. Thank you.